Hey, welcome to Saturday Night D&D with DM Brig. I almost said the wrong DM. This is our last stream of 2023.
Oh my god.
And we are one follower away from 400. Can you believe that shit?
I can't believe
it's
not butter.
Do we have anybody in the party that isn't following yet?
No, that one needs to be an organic, like.
What if
fair enough.
Unfollowed and refollowed. Would that count?
No.
I'm pretty sure the math says no.
But what if I did it so fast Twitch didn't even realize that I'd unfollowed?
Go for it. Who wants to try and recap what happened last time we were playing?
A big stupid face didn't want my apple, and we had to convince him.
Yeah, we're on a spaceship. Or maybe it's not a spaceship. We're on a ship, on a flying ship.
We were in the plane of air about to board a ship.
That sounds more like what I remember.
We were told not to, because I'd asked questions right at the end about, like, what if we just jumped off? Would we fall forever? And apparently there are things out there that will eat you that fly around.
There are plenty of things in the vast plane of the air element that might decide to have a snack on you. Sure.
What led up to that point, I don't remember what all we did last session. I just know that's where we ended.
Fair enough. But before I take over, anybody else want to recap, potentially for some bonus points?
What do the bonus points do?
You'll have to find out.
Can we cash them in for something real?
In this setting, yes.
I bought expensive arrows because I really liked the quiver they came in.
I don't think that was the last session.
We're on our way to rescue a guy. I didn't write his name down because Blaskin doesn't really know him very well. And he's
Fair.
kidnapped by something, and we have an idea of where he might be, or we have an idea of someone who might know where he might be. So we're going to go see them, and we're going to go to the plane of air as we have chartered that ship. Or we're in the plane of air, and we have a ship there that we're going to go take to go see the guys to go get our other guy. So we got 1 point.
Yes.
Yeah.
You get one. Okay. So, you guys are looking for... oh my gosh. I've created too many characters with similar names, and now I'm blanking. Whoa.
Oh, I thought I opened Fantasy.
I really blanked on his name. Quick, anybody else remember the name of the gnome that got you into the game in the first place?
Fuck no.
Oh my
The guy
god.
we gave all of our platinum to?
Why are we so dumb?
The DM's having the same brain fart.
I wish I had that, like, record
Felix
scratch sound.
Felix.
Yes! Thank you!
I just got
Nick.
here.
Welcome, Jack. Felix.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. The diviner gnome that was working for the Grey Circle that roped in all of the original characters is currently held imprisoned in the city of Ribcage, which you discovered by talking to the fence Igneous, aka Iggy, in Sigil. He had a whole bunch of different threads for you to follow. The first one that you chose was talking to the Thriftwind Mercantile, because they, if you did a job for them, have knowledge of a location of a portal that can take you directly from the city of Sigil to the town of Ribcage, which is much faster than trying to trek through the Outland with its weird time anomalies and other troubles that you might run into in just generally trekking across the space. So you made your way to the door into what you were told was through the Thriftwood Mercantile. Just this tiny little hovel door with kind of a boat motif in the center, kind of stained glass. And then when you walked through, it suddenly was a large open kind of series of like front desks and concierges for setting up different support routes and travel lines. You talked to as I look on my notes, you were shuffled off to a side room, and you spoke with a warforged individual named Ledger, who kind of laid out the whole route for you, that you were going to be hired muscle, basically, to defend the ship's cargo. And if you completed the job, you would be given access to the portal as payment. The last thing that you guys did in the previous session was accept, head through the series of desks and out into the sprawling visage of the city of Breezeholm, which had a whole bunch of various windmills and docks extending out into the sky. You saw various boats. Well, I mean, from what you recall, they look like boats, but they've got sails above and then sails below, and you see some kind of weird crystalline structures at various points. Some ships have them kind of along the bottom of the boat. Some have them piercing through the entire hull, kind of top to bottom, holding one singular stone. But you, from what you take in very quickly, you can look over the railing, you can look up to the town, but you're up in the clouds, as far as you can tell. It's a market town. It's a dock town. It has a whole bunch of different similarities to places you've been before. Lots of ports. Any kind of port city. Only it's just there's no water. It's an island in the air, and I'm pretty sure that's novel to all of you.
Are we playing this like we already got on the boat?
No.
Okay.
That's literally where we left off. You guys walked through and you started to take in the vista, and that was it.
All right. Who's getting on first? Or are we at the point where we are crossing onto the boat? Or are we just in a town that is a floating island?
You had just harbor? So you the space that you were in before, the Thriftwood Mercantile kind of concierge alley, led to a wide, short walkway out into clear sky. So this is I don't know how to put it. It's like a front office colonnade. So there's a bunch of desks where you can set up orders and whatever. And if you go straight through the entire space, you walk out onto the promenade that kind of looks out onto the various docks in the sky. So you guys finished your business with Ledger, and then you were led out onto the kind of the primary dock. I don't know if you want to call it the. I mean, I know what I would call it in other countries, but the walkway along the sea, except there's no sea. It's just the sky.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go. Stroll that way.
So your group has been led out onto the man. I'm already failing on words tonight. Your group has been led out onto the promenade that overlooks the depths and the vastness of the sky, with the city kind of behind you. And Ledger just leaves you with, you should be looking for, let me remember what the name of the boat was. You need the Thunder Scalper. It is, it's the one with the deep oak wood and the very bright white sails above and below. About, I don't know, 100, 200 meters down that way. He's kind of pointing off to the right from where you guys came out.
I'll start walking that way, I
I
guess.
say, let's go look.
Let's go.
He said Thunder Scalp? What he said?
Under Scalper.
Scalper.
Did we? Okay, sorry, I thought I heard Garrett for a second. So yeah, you guys, you make your way around the edge of the island on a fairly wide wooden walkway. You see various folk working on ships. Some of them have like an interesting harness. As you look around, they've got like two iron bars built, or iron half rings built into their shoulder harness that straps across their body, and there's a rope through at least one of them that kind of ties back to the mast of whatever boat they're working on. And if anyone wants to give me a perception check.
Good.
You don't have a plus?
Gumbo
No.
walks off the
He's
island.
just staring off at the vastness of the air. It's like, holy crap.
Gumbo's just like filtering through like a recipe book. Blaskin, you notice there are a few folk who aren't like they're working on ships. They're kind of out further into the sky space, but they have like a weird kind of small, thick pack in like the small of their back that is wrapped around them. Like it has backpack straps, basically. It's a pack, but what stands out to you is that they don't have that safety harness on.
I guess that wouldn't make sense for Blaskin to assume they have a parachute. It's not like we've seen a parachute.
Right. But you see you basically take in that there are some people who, or most of the folk, have this kind of tether to the ship they're working from, and some seem to have opted not to have that, but those that do seem to have this like commonality that they've got this other kind of pack lower on their torso. But you make your way down the outer dock and toward the ship that you were directed to.
So is it like a fanny pack parachute?
I mean, it's not in the front, but it's a condensed leather satchel that's kind of in the small of the back, like not on the butt, but where your spine kind of curves in.
Lower back.
Yeah.
The lumbar region.
Correct. Anyway, you guys have followed
I've got an AFK.
around.
Sorry, be right back.
Okay. I guess while he's out, was there anything people wanted to do taking in the new area, or just immediately?
Do we still have Ledger there?
Ledger pointed you guys off and had more important things to do.
What an asshole.
I'll be really honest, guys. I'm having a very intrusive thought right now. I kind of want to see what the underside of this floating city looks like.
I mean,
Yeah, have fun with that.
you can attach to walls and stuff, right? How is
Yeah.
that? It's like a good thing you can do. You can just do that. Why would that be an intrusive thought?
I'll be staying right here.
I don't know. It feels like it's an intrusive thought. But you're right. I can just do that. How long before this ship is supposed to leave?
You weren't given any kind of immediacy. They're looking for people to fill the job requirement. So they're still they haven't left dock. You were outside help that was being directed to potentially get them ready to leave.
Okay. I'll tell you what. When we return, I will look at what the underside of this city looks like. Let's find our ship.
Yeah, you guys already have it in sight. So what you see is a long. It reminds you of most of. I don't know if everybody has been sailing, but it reminds you of a standard like schooner, or I don't know enough Navy terms. Like a 2 to 3 tiered ship. It's got a set of sails. Instead of having like a 3 sail ship, you have. Oops. I'm looking at the diagram that I picked. Never mind. It's got 3 masts. It's a 3-mast ship. It's got its own, the standard set of sails, but it also, like, towards the back of the ship, there is a kind of a butterfly design of like a reaching series of sails above the deck, and then a swooping set below, like down where you would imagine like the water line would be. And the other thing that stands out is that there's just this massive, like blue crystalline rock structure that just vertically pierces the boat right at the midsail. That's maybe 40 feet tall above the deck, and then you see just a little bit of it piercing out below the hull. Otherwise, it looks like a standard boat.
What does is it like a dock or something?
Yeah,
so
you guys are walking along so you're walking along the dock that would be at the shore, but it's at the edge of this island. And then there are a lot of like reaching arms, like piers out into open space. And all of these boats are moored, kind of bobbing up and down in the wind at the edge of these piers. And down one of them is what you guys are heading towards.
With Blaskin in front, he stops right at the point where you would be walking off the island onto a pier, and he turns around and says, I I believe I'm having a malfunction. My
What's
legs
the matter?
my legs won't go anymore. That's
You
weird.
Feeling okay?
I think so.
Do you need a push?
I don't think.
Would that
no,
help?
please don't do that. No, I just feel like I really shouldn't walk out there.
What about walking backwards? Can you walk backwards?
I take a step back. Oh, that's strange. I can. I take a step forward, and I can't go forward again.
Okay, hang on a sec. Turn around,
Okay.
then walk backwards.
No, it's weird. I stopped right at this point.
Wait a minute. Big guy, you scared of heights?
What's a height?
I point down. Off the edge.
Like, Blaskin, you know how like if I were to climb up the side of a tree or the side of a building, if I fell, I would take a lot of damage and it would hurt.
Well, I don't know. I look over the side, and suddenly my legs don't want to function anymore.
Yeah, that's fear of heights right there, bud.
Oh. What do I do about that?
Blaskin, do consider looking down and looking up. You see the same.
Yeah, but one of them is up. I don't fall up.
Fair.
I don't think I've ever been this high up before. Is this up? Is that down?
It's hard to decide how high up we are when there isn't really a bottom.
When people say they're afraid and their hearts go crazy, is that what this is kind of like?
Wait, you have a heart?
No. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, then yes, that feeling that you're feeling is probably the feeling of fear.
Oh. I don't like it.
Well,
And I don't like heights.
is that something you can change? Like for me, I used to be afraid of heights, and then I fell out of a tree. And you think that I would be even more afraid of heights afterwards. But because I didn't die, I got over my fear of heights.
So you're telling me I need to go into a tall tree and fall out of it?
Well, it worked for me, so why not?
Is there a tree around?
Up on like if you look back onto the kind of the island structure that the rocky outcropping that this dock is built on that curves away from you, among the various windmills and other kind of smaller buildings.
I climb up onto a windmill instead. Is it closer? Is there a closer windmill?
You could spend about 5 minutes going back along the promenade and finding one of the staircases that's built into the island that it gets you back into the city, and then you could definitely climb a windmill.
Is there anything tall enough to functionally be at least 15 feet up?
Masts of the nearby boats.
I'm not going to jump off one of those. I'm not going onto a boat to jump off.
Actually, if looking around on the kind of close docks to the island, there are also a series of joists, like whatever you would call the tall hanging arms that help load things onto ships.
Oh, like a crane?
Yes, but made out of wood.
Are they over the void?
Some are. There's at least one that has been like retracted back and is just over the shore side of the dock, not being used.
All right, I'm gonna climb up it.
Sure, give me a athletics check.
What's a nat 1?
So you just you struggle for a good few minutes, just trying to get. It's not like there's a whole bunch of handholds on this thing. It's built to hold things way up high. So nobody built a ladder onto the actual like prime structure. They hung things off the end that people attach, cargo to. So you scramble up a couple times and just you aren't finding a good way to attach to the wood, which is ironic.
A little bit.
It's not like you fell off, you couldn't climb up.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's gonna work, but I do have a better idea. I turn into a mouse and scurry into like the pocket or satchel of somebody else. Whoever the closest person is.
Sure. Let's see.
See, if I don't see it and someone else carries me in, maybe it'll be okay.
You're in Flint's pocket.
Cool.
Oh wait, he's not here. Gumbo.
All right, I scurry into Gumbo's pocket and be like, I don't want to look out there, so I'm just going to stay in here for a while.
You know what? Don't worry, little buddy. I got you.
Gumbo throws her. Gumbo, like, takes off her pants and throws them into the floor. Conquer your fear!
Watching all of this happen, one of the dockhands who's been taking a smoke break about like 10 feet away from the thing you were trying to climb has just been eavesdropping. And this kind of weather-beaten, super tan, like 60-year-old human, no hair left on his head, just like wearing a sweatband around his forehead, just laughs. Oh man, you primes. Down's up to whoever's around you, man. Like, if there's enough people in the same space who decide what down is, then it changes. So, like, I don't know if you're 1,000,000 feet up or you're just like 5 feet to the side at this point, but this. Oh man, you are in for some fun. This plane is crazy.
Yeah, that is not. It is not a comforting thing to have said.
I'm just saying, maybe there isn't a whole lot of distance to fall, but. And when he breathes out the smoke from his pipe, it kind of goes to the left. Sometimes you have control over your environment, is all I'm saying. And then he scurries off and goes back to work. Like the Deus Ex Machina that he was.
All a matter of perspective. That makes a lot of sense.
So with Mouse Blaskin in your pocket, or wherever Mouskin scurried into, the rest of you is Will. Oh no, Will said he was going to try climbing around later.
Yeah, we have stuff to do right now. I don't think I have the time for it. At least not yet.
Okay. So you head back down the core dockway and then out the pier arm toward the ship that you were pointed to. As you are approaching, you start to hear shouts of like folks trying to get the rest of some tackle onto the ship, getting cargo loaded. Here, I can roll. Wait, can I? Yeah, party sheet, right?
That sounded weird.
That does sound weird.
That dice sounded like it bounced around 30 times.
Well, it's because it's everybody's dice.
Oh.
Laskin, you're hidden in a coat. I'm just gonna do a.
I don't see anything. I'm a robot mouse in a pocket.
Yeah. I was rolling disadvantage for you because I was doing a quick perception check for everybody. But you're in a pocket, so. Strangely enough, you still pick up on some shouts over the breeze that does get stronger as you guys walk out onto the pier. There's been a general flow of wind all about. Some of it blows up the side of the docks. Others come down. It's very strange because you're used to a very horizontal experience with the weather, and it just kind of goes everywhere here. But as you walk down the pier toward the gangplank of the ship, there's more randomness to the weather around you. But you do hear, all right, y'all, I need all those boxes up here, and we're still looking for that crew that supposed to be defending all this cargo.
Oh, that's us. Hello.
Sorry?
Oh, down here. Hi, that's us.
Golly, I thought they'd send someone, a little more strapped, but goodness. So looking over the edge of the boat, you see a decked out in a standard captain's regalia is the best I could summarize that. A feline humanoid, kind of gray and white fur, hands on the edge, looking over, taking all of you in. I don't think Ledger was paid enough. What the? Hey, Poe? And after a couple seconds, a yellow-skinned humanoid. Anybody want to make an Arcana check?
Can't see.
Sure.
I'm wonderful at Arcana.
I'm sure my
Hey, I'm
plus
back
one,
and I heard the word Arcana. What's going on?
I'm sure my
Yeah,
plus
go
one
for it.
Arcana will do well.
Am I supposed to be making a check or something?
You're probably the one person that might actually know something about this. Oh, yeah, there you go. So your crew has made it down the pier toward the boat. They can recap whatever happened while you were gone. Blaskin is a mouse inside the pocket of
He has a fear of heights.
Gumbo. But you're down at the gangplank. There's a there's a tabaxi captain that's looking down on you all. Just called over to another crewmate, and what you recognize as a GIF crew member comes over and takes in the crew, or takes in your group visually. I don't. And they kind of keep their eyes closed for a moment. The rest of you, what you're seeing visually is a yellow skin with it's missing a nose, but it does have nostril holes. It's got weird, almost leopard spots, just modeling, and then an extended cranium to the back. And they just keep their eyes closed for a while and kind of reach a finger out and just kind of pass it across everybody. Captain, I think I think they have good fortune. Maybe we should try it. And the captain nods. Well, fine. Why don't y'all just, make your way on up? I'm Captain Bast. You make yourselves at home here. I will get you all acquainted with your living situation for the next couple days, and I hope you are good at defending important shit. And then she disappears off the edge of the boat. Squeak.
Is that why Blaskin's hiding as a mouse from the cat?
No, apparently he's afraid of heights.
Yeah, he reached a point after he looked down and he saw that we were basically floating in nothingness. He reached a point where he couldn't physically move any closer to the ship, and I suggested that he jump out of a tree to get over his fear of heights, and he did not do that. Instead, he turned into a mouse, and he's hiding in Gumbo's pocket.
No, he tried, but he climbed one of the cranes that was on the dock, or he tried to, rolled a nat 1, couldn't scramble up it, and decided, nope, I'm done.
I'm sorry, I'm right. I meant to say he failed. He failed to. Failed to jump off of something.
Okay, I need to AFK for 1 sec.
No problem.
Yeah, take a moment. I'm gonna switch this.
Just
Can you
trying to
talk in
figure
wild
out.
shape form? God?
That's your answer.
I understand.
I speak mouse.
What were you saying, Bradley?
I was looking up and I'm like, what the hell is that? I'm seeing looks like an artifacting or something behind me, or like my screen's tearing. But it's the mirror on the wall behind me is catching the reflection of the Christmas tree that's still, and it's the lights on it. I don't know if you see right on my shoulder. See if I can move.
I don't know if stream up.
See which side is it?
That's not that bad. It's really not noticeable.
It comes and it goes. It depends on where I move. Yeah, it's kind of cool actually. 'Cause we got a new tree this year. It's got the built-in lights, and you can get an app on your phone and set different patterns and colors and shit on it. And this is doing a scintillating all through every color from top to bottom at the moment. So it sounds like these guys get attacked a lot if they're worried about us taking care of things.
Well, it certainly seems like they're expecting some trouble.
Well, let's hope not. Maybe they're just trying to make us think the worst.
I'm sure it'll be a very boring mission.
Well, better we be on our guard than not.
Should definitely be at least a fun trip.
Yeah, to be completely honest, I don't have a ton of experience with combat, so rather new to this, but just gonna follow your guys' lead for the most part.
Oh, fighting's easy. You just hit the other guy and don't get hit.
Yeah, what he said.
I'm gonna write that down in my little notebook.
Hit other guy. Don't get hit. In like big caps.
Yeah, but if you
Circle
like
it like
to,
3 times.
I
a lot
thought
of
if I got
times
hit
it's
over
not
and
just
over,
if you can just keep them from getting to you, or holding a weapon, or moving. There's other ways to avoid fights, or at least turn them in your favor.
Well, fortunately, I am not a very big target. I'll just try to
It
stick
does
to the
pay
back
off being
lines.
small, doesn't it? Give you the finger guns. Was anybody ever get a hold of Garrett?
Nope. He's like
Well,
impossible to get a hold of.
He
when you think-
is in the Legends VC, deafened muted.
Yep. He's been there for a few hours now.
So he passed out.
Probably.
All right, sorry about that. I'm back. I've got
No
new
problem.
coffee going, and I will pick that up in a few minutes. But let me find. There we go. So you finish the exchange with the captain of the ship, and what you're interpreting is another important member of the crew, and you are at the bottom of the gangplank. So what's happening next?
Who's walking on first?
Yeah, let's go.
Not Blaskin.
Like he kind of like has a little spring in his step as he goes over to looking like both sides. Like he's the opposite. While Blaskin is terrified, he thinks this is neat.
I will toddle on after Lucky.
I will also.
Come on, Gumbo. Let's find the kitchen.
Ooh,
So
field
the-
rations.
Ooh. The rest of you shuffle on up the, I don't know, 15 to 20 feet of the gangplank onto the ship. On the deck, if you weren't looking over the side, it just kind of feels like you're on a boat already. It's bobbing slightly up and down. The weird, crystal stone structure sticking through the hull in the middle is weird. But other than that, for like most of you have been on a boat before, it kind of feels normal. You see the captain, who introduced herself as Captain Bast, kind of heading up one of the staircases and into the oh shoot, what are my ship terms? The back of the ship.
Stern.
Thank you. Towards the stern, where there's more rooms and what looks like the captain's quarters, and also a stairway down into the belly of the ship. As you're walking on, there are various dock hands that are still hauling crates that are being pulled up and then dropped into the belly of the ship, straight through kind of a wide cargo hatch. From what you can tell, they're all just wooden, nailed crates, like good standard humanoid height, tall, maybe 6 to 8 feet, and then maybe 2 or 4 to 5 feet square, but just bundled onto larger cargo blocks and being lowered in. And then the kind of alien-looking person, which Lucky recognizes as a Gith, is also following the captain up towards a set of double doors, one staircase up from the deck into the stern.
Oh, Gumbo, you see it? That's one of them gifts I've only read about. I believe they're from the, it's either the astral or the ethereal. Can't remember where they live. Something like that.
Yeah, I came from a place of mostly deep gnomes. We lived underground. I'm gonna make up right now. Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of them around.
You wouldn't have. Your crew has assembled onto the center deck.
Yeah.
Anything else anybody's doing at this point? You were ironically not given a whole lot of direction, just kind of acknowledgement.
I'm gonna poke my head out from the pocket. So we're on the ship, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna actually crawl out and turn back into a robot then, into a little forge. Like, okay, this is better. I've been on boats before. I was a sailor for years. This is a little more natural to me.
It's where we met you.
Yeah.
Yeah, just think of it like being on the sea.
I look over the side, and be like, yeah.
Don't look over the side. I don't recommend that.
You never come back.
Just imagine it.
Well, I'm imagining. How, like, Brandon, I have a piece of shit question to ask.
Go for it.
Is this boat large enough for me to plant and grow the tree? Okay. Could I create a pile of dirt and then grow a tree on it without damaging the ship?
Where are the roots gonna grow?
That's in the dirt, because you gave me the ability to make a bunch of dirt.
Yeah, but I didn't give you the ability to make that much dirt.
Okay.
Maybe you do small, you make a bonsai tree.
You could do that.
But probably not an apple tree, unless it was a really small apple tree. They do that's not the kind of apple I have on me.
Hold on, let me double check the notes that I put in your abilities. So, yeah, stubborn growth. There it is. Uh-huh. Yeah. 8 cubic feet? That's 2 by 2 by 2.
Yeah, it wouldn't be enough to. If it was like a regular apple tree that I'm thinking of, it would not be enough to prevent damage.
No.
Okay, never mind.
I mean, it's a way to make dirt, which you've been working on, but it's gonna take multiple days.
I have another shitty question.
Okay.
What if we create the dirt and then cast reduce on the apple so it makes a really small tree?
An apple bonsai tree.
You are trying to make an apple bonsai, which it's gonna make like crab apple size apples.
Well, here's the thing. What if then we drop concentration on reduce? Now it's already grown the roots and we still have the tree without the damage to the ship.
I'll let you make an Arcana check or a Nature check on that, but I'm not going to tell you what the DC is going to be. No.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to take my remaining apple and I want to go find Captain Bast.
Okay, so you make your way. So you came on the starboard side of the ship, the left side, and the captain's quarters was up to your right towards the stern. You go up the single staircase there. There's 2 matching staircases, one on either side. And
I
then
like
you
that
you
the
head.
cat captain is named after Egyptian goddess Cat.
Thank you for noticing. You head up the stairs towards the double doors in the center and bust in, knock. What?
I'm not busting the door down. Blasting's fine for that. I'm gonna politely knock on the door. Hi.
Yeah, sure. Come on in.
Oh, okay. I just open the door then and walk on in, and I'm holding the apple by the stem.
Wait, who are you?
I came on board with the other guys.
I didn't see you in that crew.
I can be really sneaky when I want to be.
I don't like that.
Why not?
How'd you get on my boat?
I came in one of the pockets.
She starts reaching under the table. She's sitting. By the way, when you walked in, the yellow-skinned person has their back to you and is looking over some maps on a wide table that the captain is sitting behind, kind of relaxed in a chair. And she starts reaching under the table.
Okay, I'm gonna let her. Blaskin doesn't know what that means. See, I can actually like turn into animals and stuff, and it's really fun. And I'm pretty sure that I'm afraid of heights, so we had to find a way to circumvent that so I could get on board. So I turned into a little animal and hid in one of their pockets.
She finishes reaching into the desk and pulls a pistol out and just sets it on top of the map with her hand still on it and finger on the trigger. Poe, what the hell is going on right now? The other individual turns around. I don't recognize this one from... Wait. And you see them kind of physically, or the physicality turns inward and down, like their shoulders hunch and their eyes close. And then a hand just reaches out to you, like palm open. This one was in the group from before, but not visible.
See? Sneaky.
But why?
I don't like heights, I think.
They kind of shake their head and look back at you with their actual eyes.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to give you this. I made that. I'm gonna set the apple down next to the pistol. If you, it's like an apple, but it tastes kind of cinnamony. And if you could give me the seeds back when you're like the core, that would be awesome. Because I want to make more. You guys should probably share it though. I don't have a lot to go around. This is my last one.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh, I'm really bad at those.
I'm just curious.
That's a nat 20, baby.
Really bad
For
at
a
that.
total
Proceeds to
of-
roll a nat 20.
19.
Oh.
There's my 20 for the night to convince somebody to take my stuff.
The captain just kind of slides the pistol a little bit to the right, and you see physically relaxes a little bit. Well, aren't you weirder than a snowflake in June?
What's a June? Do they use the same month system? I genuinely don't know.
It's the multiverse, man. People have been everywhere. I don't know. Yes. Someone does.
This person. This person uses the 12-month schedule. Yeah, I made that. I'm really proud of it.
So you're a shapeshifter. That's what I'm catching on.
Yeah, I can shift some shapes.
Could you do it right now?
I can only do it twice a day, and I already used one. and I prefer not to use another because that feels like Brandon is setting me up for something.
Just take a nap after. It's fine. We'll get settled in. Just take a nice nap.
Absolutely.
I can only do it twice a day, so I'd really prefer not to do it a second time just to prove that I can do it.
I
You
think that's
bust-
the perfect reason to do it.
You barged into the captain's quarters and claimed this tall tale, and you're not going to be able to show me. I think if you want to,
And you
if
told
you
me
want to stay on
I
this
was
boat,
you invited me.
you knocked,
Yeah.
and then you walked in and,
I
and started the.
don't know. It feels rude to
Look,
say.
I would have shot you already.
I don't have any spells that'll transform me. I'm looking through my spells, be like, is there something I can cheese this with? Nope.
I'm waiting.
I'll turn into a big dog. I'm turning into a mastiff. A robot mastiff.
Perfect thing for a cat.
Damn. All right, Poe. I owe you 10 gold. It's the strangest thing I've seen in quite a week. Okay. Oh no. He can't talk. Well, I mean, it's got its uses. All right, hold. Stand up. Change back. I don't have a use for a mastiff right now.
I guess I can.
But you proved your point.
I'll change back and be like, okay, yeah, but see, I made those apples and they're really good, and I like to give them to people. But I need the seeds back so I can grow more apples.
She very deftly reaches over her shoulder, grabs a dagger out, and just slices down into the middle of it. Like the blade kind of sticks in the wood a little bit, and then the two halves fall apart. And she picks through and grabs like 6 seeds. Is enough?
Yeah, thank you. I hope you enjoy it. It's really good. Everyone I've given it to has said it was really good.
Right. I'll save this and I'll let you know.
Thank you. I'm gonna walk out.
As you're leaving, you just hear, well, gee, I hope the rest of them are as interesting.
Prepare to be disappointed. Burn! Let me just burn the rest of the group.
So Blaskin leaves the captain's quarters and starts walking back toward the crew still on the deck. What have the rest of you guys been up to?
I'm looking for the after. First off, Lucky's gonna be just kind of walking around, oohing and eyeing, looking over the sides, all the places on the ship. Then at some point find Gumbo and like, yeah, like I said, let's go find the kitchen. What they call them on these? Is it galley? Is that what they call them?
Alley, canteen.
Yeah.
I'd love
Where the
to, but
food's at? Let's go see what they got.
Did
Maybe we can
you
make
see Blaskin? I think he might have went overboard.
No, I'm right here.
He
Oh.
crawled out of your pocket and walked that way.
Yeah, there he is.
I'm on the
She got
bottom of
worried
the
there.
boat, just shouting into the void, Blaskin, can you hear me?
Yes. I can.
Did you
Will,
fall?
No.
Will, you just walked straight over the side of the boat?
No, I'm walking along the boat.
Oh, I thought you said you were on the bottom of the boat.
Yeah, I stepped onto the side of the boat and am now underneath it, upside down.
His slippers.
Yes, so you did walk over the side and underneath.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. There's a
I take
very soon after you have gone around the side, there's a dockhand strapped into his shoulder harnesses who has swung underneath, just staring at you like, Are you crazy?
No, I'm
And then
Will.
kind of tries to turn upside down. Ugh. Shifts in their harness until they're facing you.
No, my name is Will.
Well, if whatever is holding you onto this ship ever gives up, you're off in the wind. Do you have any kind of parachute?
Yes, I do.
Roll a deception check.
Yeah, I am not deceiving him. I have rope arrows.
You don't even know what a parachute is.
He got you there.
That is true, but I would like to argue that I could correctly assume that it's something to prevent me from falling, to which
Why?
a rope arrow is what would prevent me from falling.
Want an intelligence check for that?
Yeah, I want to see why you would think you would know what a parachute is.
No, I'm
Sure.
I'm making an inference.
What leads you to that idea, though?
Well, he just asked if it stopped working, I would fall into the void, do I have a parachute? So clearly he's saying, if you fell, do you have something that would stop you from falling?
Okay, that makes more sense.
Nick is interpreting well, and also Will rolled high enough.
So instead, I guess that would be persuasion?
Sure. Or, I mean, however you want to play it. You understood the question.
Yeah.
I built it into a deception because like, you don't know.
So I don't need to roll for it, is what you're saying.
Well, no, it's you decide what the role is. This
okay.
guy's down here panicked and like checking on you and has just flipped over in their harness to kind of face you in the right orientation.
If by parachute you mean rope arrow, then you'd be correct. And I show him my rope arrow.
Okay.
I don't know what a parachute is, but it can't be better than this.
Look, why don't you, while it's still working, I don't know what exactly is keeping you on the ship right now, but before you get pulled off by one of the, current streams, why don't you get back up on the deck and talk to Poe about some equipment? They can walk you through parachute gear and harnesses and all that, because trust me, I don't know if your arrow's gonna be enough.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe I should use one of my magic arrows that hits a lot harder.
Oh my god.
I'm like scratching my, I'm doing that, like, I rub my chin like thoughtfully as I consider that.
Look, it's making me uncomfortable that you're just stuck to the bottom of the boat for no apparent reason, like a barnacle. So just...
Oh, okay. I'm
He is
sorry.
a barnacle.
The barnacle.
Yeah, I'm not just any barnacle. I'm the barnacle.
Do they have air barnacles?
But
oh, you don't want to see one of those. There's all kinds of stuff out there.
well, I will. Since I'm making him uncomfortable and he's kind of freaking out a little bit. I will head back up to the top.
I'm gonna lasso you if you don't start moving right now.
I'd like to see you try. And I start walking up.
At that comment, he just turns around and pulls himself back up over the side.
Lasso. I don't even know what that is. It sounds like a food.
The sports commentator. Will makes it back over the top. You guys have figured out where Blaskin is, and I think Lucky and Gumbo were heading somewhere.
We are having a completely normal ship exploration tour, not
Mhm.
making any problems.
Wow.
Not what we would consider problem.
Yeah, so you. The first things you take in: 3 masts. The stone crystalline structure is right to the front of the center mast. Behind the center mast is the cargo, like the open eaves that let cargo be stored. To the stern of that are the stairways up to the kind of deck that houses the captain's quarters, and then there's stairways up above that to the stern. And then you look forward from there, and the Scott, help me. What's the other half from the stern?
Bow.
Thank you. At the bow is the third mast, and also what you
From
notice
stem to
are
stern.
yes, there are 2 emplacements that look like some kind of weaponry or anchor system. You're not quite sure, but there's there's some rope around it. There's a seat, like a small seat, and it looks like it's on some kind of swivel. And if you head up to the top deck, or the furthest deck on the stern, there are 2 more in the corners. So what you've taken in, there's 4 emplacements in total. And then on the main deck, there's also a set of doors that lead down into the belly of the ship.
Lots of oohs, lots of ahs.
Are you heading anywhere in particular? Are you looking for something in particular? Like, if there's something you're searching the ship for?
I was looking for the kitchen.
Oh, then after touring the top decks, if you go through the set of doors, nobody's stopping you. Most people are busy trying to load this ship up, and Blaskin is busy Johnny Appleseeding. So if you go through the set of doors on the main deck that leads into the interiors of the ship, there's a long series of bunks along either side of the boat, and when you get to the bow, you do find a galley space specifically for feeding the crew. It's all your standard equipment for making food. There's a larder, kind of open plan, tucked into the very front of the ship, past the cooking space. It's just barrels and shelves and hanging tubers and some food you don't recognize, most foods that look pretty similar.
Yeah, I'm just acquainting myself with where all the seasonings are, what's where.
I am definitely surveying any ingredients I am not familiar with.
There's a couple cuts of meat that look either discolored or misshapen from your experience. You kind of assume that that's just either animals you don't know or curing processes you're not aware of. Past that, most of the seasonings smell kind of similar. There's a whole It's not like a whole wall shelf of seasoning. It's like a single low shelf that's holding a bunch of jars, and in those are like you can flip the top up or pull the cork out or whatever you want to call it, and take a whiff.
Is there
But
anything
there is
exotic like we've never seen before?
like some of the previous cuts of meat are from animals you don't recognize. There's a lot of smells you're taking in at the same time, and
He
Oh
lives.
my god.
He has risen.
oh
Yes.
my god! But the boat left the dock, so he missed the cruise.
Dang.
Flint, you're on a boat
In the sky.
Got your flippy floppies.
in the sky.
You're on a boat, bitch.
Pirates now.
There's a. What am I looking for? Oh, there's my dice. There's like two different jars that when you open them, it's this incredibly acrid, almost nauseating, pungent scent. One is like a bright yellow. The other one is like this deep purple that you don't recognize from any kitchen or
Ooh.
culinary experience.
Something fermented or just simmering a little too long?
You're not quite sure. They're just like they're super punch you in the face, and nothing about it seems appetizing. But they're both powdered. The purple one's kind of granulated. Those definitely feel exotic, just because it's like, okay, everything else smelled like food. This smells like I'm gonna clean the bathroom with it.
Oh, what do you think this is?
This doesn't even seem like a food, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I don't think this belongs in the kitchen. This, ugh.
Maybe it's a cleaner?
And I take a deep whiff again, even though it's gross. I take another deep whiff.
Give me a con save. Like if you buried your nose in it.
Was it a
Oh,
save or a
buddy.
check? Doesn't matter either one, but
Yeah, that was a.
did I pass out?
No, you just you rapidly put the lid back on and I don't know, make it maybe 10 or 20 feet before you just completely lose your breakfast. It's like smelling salt's bad.
Yeah, that's definitely not for kitchen use. Ugh.
Let's put this one back.
Yeah, don't put it by the other spices. We don't want to grab that by accident.
Well, it's not really our kitchen. I'm just gonna put it back where it was.
I'll
I
start
will,
looking for a mop or something to clean up my
I-
mess.
I'm just gonna
Oh.
prestidigitation.
Oh yeah, I say I can look. I have prestidigitation.
All right, you quickly.
I'm not trying to get
so we
kicked out of
both
this
do that.
galley.
Both of us prestidigitate it and clean it up quickly.
Somewhere else in the multiverse, it just shows up. Oh, okay. Having explored the galley, the entire crew has gotten on the ship. Flint, was there anything in particular you wanted to explore while the rest of the crew was getting up to shenanigans?
No.
Cool.
He's not a super fan of boats.
Oh, this is boat plus plus.
Yeah.
Then, as oh my gosh, as Gumbo and Lucky come back up from below decks, you did, by the way, on your way toward the galley, you passed what looked like the standard crew quarters along either side, but then there were also some empty-looking rooms with various hammocks set up. So maybe that's your quarters. You're not sure, but it's a good guess. And as you guys come back up, and Blaskin comes out of the captain's quarters, everybody kind of meets up. Will comes back over the side with an angry dock hand, kind of just shaking his head before, in advance of Will. The captain and Poe both come out of the quarters and walk down the stairs towards you guys. All right, well, we've got our course charted. Assume you've been taken in the boat. Would y'all like to come up and get the hither and yon about what we're hiring you for in the first place?
Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm. All right. Just follow us. Come on back in. If you follow them up into the captain's quarters there on the back deck, there is a singular parchment map laid out on a long table, and a few extra chairs from what you recall, Blaskin, laid out kind of in a semicircle around the room. Enough for your crew -1.
Okay.
Right, so I'm pretty sure Ledger already told you we're hiring y'all on for some extra protection, added muscle. We're headed through the Cumulus Straits, and we're on our way to Ampharos. It's on the edge of the fire plane. We got some cargo to deliver there, and definitely tend to get some raiders looking for whatever they can get their hands on toward the second half of that trip. Ampharos is a bit of a free city. Out here in the air wilds, that means whatever goes, but it's also the best place to do trade, find other ships that go extra lengths, or know crews who have their own access portals, all that. But we do a good amount of trade on that route. Just look, I'm not going to split hairs. We go through a fair number of we go through a fair bit of muscle. Ship's done fine. It's sturdy. It takes blows, but most of the time, those aerial assaults, they aren't really looking to take the boat. They just want what's inside. So if y'all can hold your own, we got some armaments, both on the bow and stern, and a good couple crew members who can assist. If push comes to shove, Poe and myself are, well, we survived in this business long enough. We're also fairly reliable. If I can tether down the ship's wheel.
I raise my hand.
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
pardon my asking. You mentioned you get attacked. So what do you normally get attacked by? Is it other ships or monsters?
Well, honestly, take your pick. We've, haven't had as many ships in the last while. Imagine they don't want to be in the same space we are if they're already trying to take something else. But, we have some come alongside and try to anchor in and We've fixed some of those harpoon holes, but most of the time it's the fauna of the skies. We got some bird folk, got some sky naga, we got occasional dragons, genasi, or sorry, genie.
I'm just
I mean,
taking very enthusiastic notes.
But to be fair, Amphora, that's a city run by the Jinn, so they are also very good customers and very happy customers. So it's the rogue element. Sometimes there's some fire types that come in towards that boundary that have been bled over. Don't see much in the way of Earth. It just doesn't really vibe here. But I mean, the job's a job, right? You just keep the stone safe in the center. It's going to be most of our ballast, and keep the people safe and the cargo safe, and don't ask questions, and we'll get there. Right as rain.
Okay, I know you said don't ask questions, but I do have another question.
About?
How does your ship fly?
Y'all saw that nice massive looking crystal in the center of the boat?
Oh, is that it?
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah, it's attuned to the plane, so it's neutrally buoyant. So the rest of the ship just, rides the wind. Also, don't break it. They're very expensive.
We just lost Nick. He's dead.
Yeah, he said that he's got to crash.
Oh, he sure did. Yep.
Well, Nick fell off the boat.
He was warned. He was warned what would happen.
As we
He was
see it,
warned.
you see just the slipper, his boots are stuck to the boat, but he slipped out of the boots.
Nobody talks about that part of the enchanted item. Tie your shoes.
Okay, so the default one are slippers of spider climb.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, that's just you slide your foot into it.
Dude, I don't think I could hold myself into slippers upside down.
You need some good toe strength.
Oof.
No one talks about you get blood rushing to your head and you passing out either while you're upside down.
The first officer, Poe, is also listening to the left of the captain, and just chimes in. There are many challenges here in disguise of the plane of air, but you keep your eyes open and use the resources available to you. That's what keeps people alive. Also, we have parachute packs available to all of you. Basically, it is a small satchel you wear across your torso, and in the event you get knocked over the side, pull the single red cord on your right shoulder, and when you pull it, a balloon of this kind of paper, kind of leather, comes from a very specific skin of some of the birds here, will unfold behind you. You will still be taken by the wind, but we could use our harpoons at the bow and the stern to kind of grapple, pull you back in. If you're not tied to the mast, which you could also do if you so choose, that is the best way to not be lost to the skies. Unless any of you have magical means of flight. Are any of you flying creatures? We get those here too,
not
so
by
I just
nature.
figure.
Twice a day.
Not by nature.
I mean, sometimes, but I can't do it until I've had an 8-hour-long rest.
Fly, yes. Land, no.
Yeah, it's kind of that abrupt stop that's the problem.
Yeah, well, the problem here is there is no abrupt stop. You just go. Yeah, look, why don't just Poe's gonna set y'all up with some parachute packs. We got extra. Those are important for our defense. Because if y'all fly off into the wild blue yonder, well, you aren't defending the ship, are you? If you got other means, that's a great plan. But as a backup.
Yeah, I have fly actually in my spell book.
I would love a parachute pack. That sounds great.
Yeah, that'd be a good backup.
Yeah, just keep in mind, it's not the best ride. I've had to use them twice, and you might sail around for a while, not really in control of where you're going. But it makes you a much easier target. Those breezes, they just go wherever. Huh. Anyway, and she stands up and kind of points a clawed finger down onto the map. We're here in Breeze Home right now. We got a 2-day trek in front of us. We're gonna take our way through, and the map is mostly it's not like there's definitely like an island on the map where you guys are now, but then everything else is kind of imagine like cumulus clouds look down on from above, and she draws a finger through like an open passage. Listen, these don't really. I know you're not. I love talking to primes, honestly. Anyway, this is more open space. So we're going to take our way through this channel here. That takes about a day, a little shorter if we got the winds behind us, but they keep changing all the time. And then one more day through this other strait, and that'll get us to Ampharos. That second day, that's the one we kind of hired you on for. That's been troublesome. But when we get there and get our cargo unloaded, then all's good. We got a quick route back. What's our name for? The currents are more or less favorable on the return trip, and we don't seem to see much coming back out of Ampharos. Everything kind of goes there. Isn't much coming out that goes back to Breeze Home. So if you can get us those 2 days without trouble, then we can get you back here in another day, and I think you'll finish your contract with Ledger, and he'll get you whatever you were promised.
Right,
That
sounds good.
sounds good.
All right.
Sounds good.
Well then, no more questions. Y'all have some rooms. If you go below decks, just go past all of the cots. They're there on the sides. There's some extra spaces for additional hands, kind of closer toward the galley. And y'all can take your pick there. it's mostly shoot. That's what I'm looking for. It's mostly deckhands and folks just keeping the ship up to code. It takes a couple folks to keep the stone, in shape, and some cargo handlers and stuff. So you'll be mostly left alone unless there's any kind of issues, like on day 2. That's mostly what I'm expecting. Also, I think it's important to point out, if you hadn't already asked about them or seen them, there are 4 defense points that we've installed on the ship. They're heavy bolt throwers. So if you know how to load a crossbow, it's that plus a couple levels of difficulty. But you just sit in the chair, and there's 2 gears. Rotate them. One's your horizontal, one's your vertical, and then there's just a big ass trigger if you need them.
Vosh makes a note to go check these things out. Familiarize himself with them.
I think I'll be okay when it comes to range stuff. It'll be kind of fun, maybe. I hope we don't have to hurt too many innocent creatures. Or guilty ones. I hope we don't have to hurt anybody.
She kind of idly spins the half apple that's sitting there on her desk.
You haven't
with
eaten it yet?
finger.
It's really good.
Just letting it air cure.
If Nick were here, I would tell Will to tell her how good it is. Unfortunately, he's not here.
Yes, you want to eat those fairly quick. They start to oxidize, and then well, it's still edible. They look yucky.
Would it make you feel better if someone else took a bite first?
I'll do it.
She pulls the blade back out and then slices off a wedge. Offers it out to you.
I grab it and I'm like, oh, you know what goes well with apples? And I pull a sausage. Pork and apples go well together. I need to refill my belly anyway because you got some really gross smelling stuff that shouldn't be by the other spices.
You were the first person in history to ever say apples go well with sausage.
Pork and apples go together.
Dude, I've had apple sausage.
I haven't.
It's great.
Can confirm, is great.
Oh. I am the one not in the know.
You're one of today's 30,000.
So when you smoke pork meats using like apple wood or other fruit-based woods, really pairs well with it.
What's this about pears? No.
Yes, pear wood would work as well.
I don't have any pear seeds, so I can't grow those.
Oh. So Lucky tucks in.
Yeah, say Lucky will eat it and along with some pocket sausage.
Captain Bass just kind of watches for a minute, kind of sitting back, waiting for anything weird to happen.
You want pocket sausage too?
I'm gonna go with one. Sorry, guys. One new experience at a time. I found that seems to be the best, and she'll peel off another wedge and take a bite.
It's a good thing I have no facial expressions, or I would look really excited right now, I say out loud.
It's a good thing I have no inner monologue.
Just one of Blaskin's many character traits. I have no inner monologue when I get really excited. It just shuts off.
Well, that is downright pleasurable.
I turn around and
And if I don't die in the next 30 seconds, I'm gonna have some more.
I
It's a
turn
cinnamon.
around to the group and I'd
It
like
takes
give
40
a-
seconds at least to kick in.
You what?
I turn around to the group. I like hunch over a little bit and I hold up both my hands and do a double thumbs up and I'm like, yes.
He's
And then I
very
turn
proud.
Then I turn back around and go back to neutral like I didn't do that in front of everyone.
I mean, y'all's friend here seems very interesting and also seems to have some unique qualities. I don't know that I've ever gotten out of a scrape by offering anyone the apples before, but if he manages, he'll be the first. But I appreciate that. That's certainly a unique experience, and I've been all over this plane and others.
We can find a place for me to grow more somewhere. I'll try to get you a few more before we depart, but it just might not happen.
You know,
Yeah,
of all the
you're-
places we have had to look for dirt, this is probably the worst.
That's true. That's just true.
There are pockets. The other elemental planes do come through. That's, our nice port of Breeze home, or a couple other cities. Some are, I don't know how long y'all have been here, but if you don't know, some are actually on some pretty solid cloud banks. That's an interesting experience walking along that. But yeah, Earth is gonna be kind of hard to find.
Well, that's okay.
All right. Well, sounds like we got ourselves an arrangement. We're getting along just fine. You get yourself situated. We're going to cast off here. I think all of our cargo's been loaded. Poe, can you go check on that? And the Gith just kind of does a quick nod and certainly, and quickly, shuffles past you out, and you hear them start to shout incoherently toward some of the dock hands. And there's the sound of like tackle being unhooked and ropes going up through pulleys and things. And then just this huge kind of clattering as the cargo doors to the hold come up and seal. Well, make yourselves comfortable and keep a weather eye. Who's taking first watch today?
I'll go. Oh, okay. Wyvash can go too.
I will also go.
Sounds good. Nice to have some redundancy. You'll find if you want it, crow's nest right in the middle. Above the big old stone you can't miss. Anyway, I gotta get this ship underway, so she does a whelp and slaps her thighs as she stands up. Make yourselves comfortable and earn your keep. And leaves the room. And as she goes out the double doors to the captain's quarters, you see her kind of make a left. You assume she's heading up onto the top deck there on the stern to the steering wheel.
Wyvash, let's go.
All right.
Watch, right? Let's do the thing. Maybe I can conquer my fear. Cut
Maybe.
to like the next scene, and Wovash was like, "Are you gonna come up here?" No, I'm
No,
okay.
there's just a mouse cowering in Wavash's pocket.
I can't. She made me use my other wild shape. She made me use my second one.
Maybe I can help you with that if you want. I could make you fly. You could kind of
No, that's
go out
fine.
there.
Yeah, I don't think being over the open air is gonna help the problem.
I'm just waiting to realize that when he casts fly, it's like if the Earth was still moving and you suddenly were floating still in space, and everything disappears away from you. So, Bavash and Blaskin make their way toward the central mast. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, wrapped around the central mast itself, very kind of tightly woven, is a cargo net that kind of encompasses what I would call the back half of the mast, the stern side, that leads up to both the arms that hold the sails, and then further up to the crow's nest, where you see it's got a railing around like the front 270 degrees, but it's significantly up there. You're probably looking at like a 100-foot climb easily. But there's a very clear way up. I mean, there's a rope ladder for your ease of use.
All right, well, up we go, right, Blaskin?
Yeah.
Wavash, you want to give me a athletics check?
Sure. I think I also have advantage on this. I seem to remember, because I'm a remarkable athlete. Oh, I add half my proficiency bonus to any strength, dexterity, or constitution check.
Nice.
Okay, I was super
Yeah.
scared I was going to roll a 2.
DC's not super high. You've got a rope or a cargo net to help you. It's just going to be whether or not it took you a long time or it looked really bad. No, you scramble up without issue. You just... It's like walking, except it's vertical.
Blaskin, it's like walking, except it's vertical.
I've climbed a mast before. I'm just
Yeah,
not
you've-
like this. Can I do athletics at disadvantage?
You can always take a voluntary disadvantage, sir.
Does a 12 get me up the mast?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're slower, but you definitely crushed the DC, so it's a rope ladder. You're familiar with them. This is aside from feeling like the whole world is up too high, this is kind of home turf. So I would say maybe
I'm just gonna sit down. I'm gonna
2
sit-
whole minutes behind Wavash after he's been up there. Your hands grip the edge of the nest and pull yourself up.
When I get up there, I'm like hugging the mast, but still keeping a lookout the whole time. For hours.
You do have a unique perspective on Breezehome itself. You can see the entirety of this floating rock, just this chunk of land with there's a side that kind of it looks like it's got animals grazing on a pasture. There's grass growing on that side. There's a whole like section of windmills running, grinding, or running mechanisms. Some of them are tied to gears that you see sticking out. Others seem to be actual like standard windmills. There are even from this perspective, you can see on the bottom half, there's some windmills that stick down and are catching additional breeze and doing their own jobs. So it's a very, it's kind of space station experience. But it's probably the most comprehensive view that anybody has gotten of this anchor location of the plane. In the distance, you can also see some like smaller ships coming and going, docking at various piers that stick out from the island. Some larger ships that have just like released from their moors and just kind of drop before catching a breeze and start heading out.
It's quite the view once you get used to the height.
I'll take your word for it. I'm gonna sulk down so I don't have to look over the edge.
I mean, up at the top of the mast, there's not much to see but over the edge.
Oh, I thought the crow's nest had like... Oh, is there like no fencing?
No, it's got a railing, but it's like you can see through most of it.
Okay.
It's like you won't fall off. You would roll into the bars, but you can see through it real easy.
Thought being up here would be better. I didn't really do the crow's nest on my old ship. Maybe that was a mistake.
Oh, that's right. There was a dedicated lookout on your old ship.
I think he was a cat man.
Yes.
Not a tabaxi, like an actual cat.
Yeah, a dude who liked cats.
Oh, I forgot that. Sure, let's go with that.
Like a cat lady, only a cat dude. That's all I wrote for his character, by the way. I'm like filling out the NPC list. I'm like, how about a dude in the crow's nest that just likes cats?
Guy just likes cats.
Yeah, that's his entire personality. But while you guys are up there, and Blaskin is having his anxiety attack, you do, or at least Wavash, if you're looking down and watching things, you see some of the dock hands like unravel all of the mooring lines and toss them, which just kind of flap alongside the boat. And Poe is calling out a couple different last minute directions. You see a different set of dock hands pull out like these long pollards with like batting on the end and just kind of give the ship itself. Like they brace themselves against these weird wooden blocks on the dock and then kind of push it and just give it this weird shove that kind of bobs down and then starts to move away. And the stone in the center, you start to hear like just this very low hum. And the crystalline structure there just has an ever so faint blue glow to it. And the ship, you kind of feel this, not huge, but like this drop in your stomach as the whole thing like loses altitude for about 15 feet. And then kind of smooths down into balance. And some of the sails catch a bit of breeze, and the whole ship starts to leave the pier and the dock and the City of Breeze home on its trek out into a vast cloud-filled blue sky with seeming no end.
Ooh, I'm gonna be looking out for like wildlife. Like they say that there's creatures that just live out here. So I'm gonna keep an eye
for
out.
sure.
Just for like the normal, not necessarily monsters, just like shit I've never seen.
Sure. So for the first watch, Wivash, you and Blaskin have the first 8 hours at least, unless people are staying on for longer. But whoever's on watch right now, and for as long as you want it to be, give me a survival check. Since both of you are... So, wait. Okay. Tell you what. You can leave that. Well, no, that's... What I was going to say is one of you can make it with advantage, or both of you roll individually and see who's got the higher.
Go ahead and roll with advantage, Blaskin, because I have a +0 to my.
Wow. I heard
Wow.
roll survival check, and so I did.
It's okay.
That advantage is not great. Oh well. That's
I mean,
really
advantage is usually great as long as you roll better than a 4.
Yep. Oh well. 13 is good. That's not bad.
Yeah,
I'm okay
that's
with
that's quite a bonus on that one, honestly.
When you're trapped on an island for a year, all alone with nothing to do, you get really good at survival checks.
So the good news is your watch is uneventful. Bad news is you're not quite sure why, because you've been mostly staring at the deck, and Wivash has just been taking everything in with like a kind of wonder, and like smelling the breeze and telling you about the shapes of the clouds that are going by, and how small that boat looks way down below that's going in a different direction. But
I'm sorry.
luckily,
Part?
what?
Small boat coming in our direction?
No, it's way down below you, going in a different direction.
Oh, different direction. Okay.
You know, like the whole I'm up on top of a skyscraper, those cars look like ants.
Yeah,
It's like
okay.
that, except you're just out in vast blueness.
The just made it sound way more sus.
Yeah, no worries. They'll just blow you up in 4 more hours. Okay. Lucky had to go AFK. I am getting a call that I have been ignoring for a couple calls now, so I'm gonna go check that out and see what's going on. So I am also AFK for a minute.
I need to find a way to make apples wherever I go, so I can give them away for free.
I feel like we need something smaller. You could do like strawberry bush growing out of your head or something.
I would not be against that, but I would have to plant them all and see how they come out. They have to have like cool, unique flavors.
What's
Pear
wrong
trees
with
are
normal
very-
strawberries?
No, there's nothing wrong with strawberries. That would be a great idea, but the apples taste like cinnamon. If the strawberries taste like cotton candy or something, that would be awesome. But what if they come out tasting like mud?
I want to see some bad flavor combos.
Yeah, these are my this is my spider web flavored pears. I hope somebody
So
in real life gagged.
stringy.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I hope somebody in real life gagged when they heard that.
I'm gonna go refill my water real quick.
That's a good idea, actually. Hey, Jack.
Hey, what?
Maybe this is not a good time to do it, but because eventually I'll be able to do this myself and buy it. But if tomorrow you wanted to try my pasta pizza, we would have to go get all the stuff for it because I don't have any home. I used almost everything. But I really want to like perfect that, and the thing I need to do is I think I need to put some herbs on the pasta as it's boiling, or right after it boils. But it might be like too much tomorrow. Oh, especially because you're working. Never mind.
We'll do it sometime though.
I was really proud when I made it. Did I send you the pictures?
You did not.
What the fuck is wrong with me? Hold on, I got them on my phone. It was all really good. The pasta itself was kind of not. It just needs more. The pasta itself needs more on it, and not more salt because it's already mozzarella cheese and pepperoni and black olives. Salt is not the answer. Let's just put it that way. Salt is not the answer here. There you go. There's a before and after.
I'm back.
Brandon's gone now.
That looks delicious.
It was really good.
So while Brandon's going, we're talking about pizza, huh?
We were. It was what I made for Christmas.
I had pizza for dinner tonight, but it's from Pizza Hut. Pepperoni and Italian sausage. Thin crust.
Classic.
The funny thing about that, Jack, is I took about half of it home because the other half, only half got eaten at Christmas. When I ate the half later as leftovers, it was even better. It's like I've never agreed with people who have told me that they like leftover pizza more than regular pizza until that moment. And then I was like, all right, I can kind of see why you say that.
Dude, my wife loves leftover pizza. She has literally, like, in the past, like, ordered a pizza at, like, lunchtime, had it delivered to the house while she's at work, and told me to put it in the refrigerator so that when she comes home, she's got cold pizza.
I usually don't. I'm not into that most of the time. But when I made the pizza pasta and let it sit for a long time in the fridge and then reheated it, I was like, wait, this is better than when it was warm. And I've never said that about anything pizza related before.
Yeah, I don't like, I mean, I'll reheat. I don't care for cold pizza. I'll reheat it, but it's never as good as fresh. But there are a few foods that tend to get better. And I think it's because with the seasonings get us in, like tacos are typically better leftover. When I've done pulled pork before, it gets better as the days pass. But I attribute that to a lot of the seasonings getting time to just like really get into the meats.
I kind of think that's what happened with my pizza pasta too. Like the black olives and the pepperoni and the cheese kind of soaked a little bit more into the pasta. So when it got reheated, the flavor was all spread out.
Brandon gonna be gone for a bit or just a quick AFK?
He said he was taking a call, so we're not really sure.
Work or kids?
I think what?
Don't
Said
know.
that they called multiple times.
Yeah, I feel like if his kids were calling multiple times, he probably wouldn't have ignored it.
You and I have very different outlooks, Jack. I'm more likely to ignore a call from kids than I am from work. Let me put that out there.
If it was just kids, yes. When it's your own kids, that's a little different.
Maybe that's true. I'll find out eventually.
And gotta help us all when he does.
I would make a great dad.
I'm sure. I'm sure about that. I just don't want another one of you in the world. It's not. I don't doubt your parenting acumen.
I haven't felt that burdened in months. Jesus Christ. I didn't know you were going to go nuclear on me.
That's like the one I've seen before. I need to get you the list showing all the burn wards in the area.
Damn. I'm sure I make a great dad. I just don't want another one of you in the world. Oh, okay.
Hey guys, sorry, I don't want to get into it, but this is becoming a thing right now. I think I might need to call it early.
Okay.
Just to handle this stuff.
Work stuff or
No, it's just dramatic. I don't want to get
okay.
into it.
Sorry about
No
that.
worries.
Not work, so thankfully I'm not about to get fired, but you know.
Okay, well, we will call it early tonight. Last one of 2023. Thank you, everybody who joined us. Appreciate it very much, and we will see y'all in the new year. So happy New Year, and have a good time tomorrow night.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Happy
Night,
New
everybody.
Year.
Good night, internet.
Good night.